Good morning, party people. It's your boy, Brian. It's feeling super springtimey outside. I'm planning to go on my first real bike ride of 2025, which means I'm going to hurt a lot. Just the Mets won their first game yesterday, so I'm feeling good. And let's celebrate by opening this cello pack of 1989 Fleer. As you can see, I paid $6 for this because it may have the Billy Ripken. It's got Greg Jefferies on the front, and let me tell you, there was no bigger prospect in 1989 than Greg Jefferies. He came up at the end of the 88 season and just absolutely set the world on fire. The Mets were hot as could be. He hit 400 or something. I actually traveled to Montreal to see him play at Stade Olympique for 2 games in September of '89, and I looked up the numbers. He was 4 for 8 in one of the games. He hit a double, a triple, a homer, and an RBI, and then not so much. Moving on, another. Speaking of Canada, Joe Carter here with the Indians, and kind of grubby looking. Didn't have a clean shave, but that's all right. The man had power. Tom Browning, who I think his claim to fame was he threw a perfect game in 1985. Mike Diaz, don't know who that is. Bob Melvin, current manager of some team, possibly the Padres, probably the West Coast. Rich Gedman, we discussed Dave Henderson's home run off of Donnie Moore to rob the Angels of the 1986 pennant. Gedman was actually on base when Moore hit that home run because he had been plunked. A young Jamie Moyer. At this point, he was only 26, so he was still a full decade from reaching his potential. Jim Gantner with the frames, the classic don't get in the van frames. Mark McLemore. Fred Tolliver. Al Nipper, who got his ass kicked by Gary Carter and the Mets in Game 4 of the 1986 World Series. Doyle Alexander, the well-traveled Doyle Alexander, very tiny print on the back of his card. Keith Moreland with the Padres. We got rookie stars. We got Mike Capel and Drew Hall. I feel like Drew Hall was a guy. I feel like he may have done something. Maybe I'm wrong. Jeff Hamilton. Chad Kruger, who I remember most for, I believe, a fan. He was in the Wrigley Field bullpen along back when it was along the foul lines. A fan stole his hat, and he went into the stands, to fight the fan and get the hat back. Ugly incident. Anyway, the bullpens aren't along the foul lines anymore. Cannon Arms, Bobby Bonilla and Chris Sabo. All right. Hey, it's Doc. How you doing, Doc? Odell Jones. Gary Thurman. Oh, look. It's Mackie Sasser. Mackie Sasser was a catcher for the Mets who had a problem throwing the ball back to the mound. He was actually a pretty good hitter. He would pump his arm 1, 2 before being able to throw the ball back to the pitcher. He had the yips. A pre-Japan Cecil Fielder. Is that a Jerry curl? It looks like a Jerry curl. Jeff Robinson. Alan Anderson, who I believe won an ERA title with the Twins. Jeff Robinson, and Alan Anderson, who I believe won an ERA title with the Twins. Well, there you have it, folks. I'm going to change into my bike shorts, which you can see hanging up. And let's go Mets, and I'll see you tomorrow.